Hi, it's me again. Craziness still around me. I have now emailed the CIA. I have sent it into the OIG. Um, I've already put it into headquarters a while ago. I did the Inspector General and sent a CD of the neurochip, along with the doctor's name at Altman Hospital that they told him some damn bastard neurochip me. There's a CT of the neurochip under dye. You can actually see it. They cut the wires in the crack. And the Louisville police and a Canton officer both said something about the neurochip. And now I told you about the lady in the second apartment that had moved out. I told them how to get her information. The government can find you anywhere. All they have to do is know your name. Plus, she already spoke to a guy with a badge where they had come running out. It's funny, she finally figured out Dave drugged her and told her to say it before. Oh, it's so funny. It's not funny. But when the guy with the badge showed up, she took him around the corner and some guy and said it loud enough into both parking lots. Yes, they did drug her before and tell her to say it. And the little old lady on Fairlawn Street already yelled at him loud enough for the whole neighborhood to hear. It's not funny the church people had someone break in before, drug her and tell her to say she's some kind of weirdo, whatever, before. And then Wendy's May 25th in town, they were talking about it in front of my old client and scared him real bad. And he told the other neighbors that he did hear it. There's witnesses of their crimes, and witnesses under tape and audio in stores that they even said an agent raped her with a stalker at Shine. 8:18, 4:42 p.m. She can have anything she wants. No one showed up. And then at FedEx on 8:27 at 3:05, about 10 minutes before, they said the agent raped her because he was mad at her for not calling 911 on the gunshot night. Well, what about the agents that said they stayed out of it? Or Dave? Could it be that Dave was dating an agent's daughter, Michelle? Even Dixie knew about her. Her mother Memorial Day weekend, 2019, 62 Walmart by the food counter. For it's my daughter, husband, Daisy met her in Ravenna, and it's for my daughter they did all this for. And then mocks me for being a protected person in the state so loud you can hear to the register. Supposed to be Dixie said she knew about Michelle. I said the young blonde girl, the agent's daughter. She's like, yeah, I knew about her. The one he's marrying now doesn't make sense. The people are still harassing me. Melissa is a documented liar. 2 years ago, the Massillon police will always verify it. They did for Illinois and a Canton officer and about 8-10 people. Like Flora said, for a course it never happened. For a course it wasn't true. We made it up. It was a game. I pretend laughing like this. They told her they were supposed to pretend I assaulted one, and I didn't know it. Agency already came up to me. Melissa's so stupid she made everything up when you're fishing with Dave. She's actually that stupid. She didn't check where you were the first time you... First lie is you've been over and probably they're supposed to have seen your butt 7 years ago, and I was supposed to be wearing a nightgown. I didn't own. I had to have Dave verify I didn't own it. Second lie, you're being weird with yourself in the bathroom and they're looking through a cracked bathroom door and you're outside with Jen drinking water. And the third lie, they'll make up some call you a bad name, the mean game or pretend. Dixie verifies on tape the mean game or pretend. And that it was okay for me to tape her and that Dave had bragged even on the gunshot, after the gunshot night, he had people up there that there was gunfire. They went to the wrong house and I was target practice. They said none of this is funny. That actually 2 men are actually dead and 1 man Stacy's crippled. And when I was gonna tell on him last year, I got raped and tortured and warned to stay quiet. There's witnesses and they think that they told people, they just walked by my house a little bit ago, told people we're telling people not to believe her. Well, that takes a low intelligence when someone's saying there's crimes and here's the witnesses of it, and you don't look into it. Because, like the Amazon delivery driver said, there's real cases. They actually sold the login. I always say 50 miles around. It's so much further. There was people when they sold a login from Washington State, California, Texas, Florida, North Carolina, Virginia, Maryland, Tennessee, Kentucky, Illinois, Indiana, Pennsylvania, New York, and for we all know she's innocent. They even told FedEx around October 20th of the one in Belden Village. A new guy working the case. No, I haven't seen her yet. I heard she's really something. She's in the vehicle saying this, this, and this. And they're probably just going to try to kill her. An older agent working the case, he was African American. I've seen him several times. He come up and said, for we all know this woman's innocent. Walmart, the FBI yelled out it'd be ridiculous for any child to ever be afraid of Karen. She's nothing but good and love. They told Aspen Dental in Alliance they won't kill an innocent woman. They have the good FBI agents tell everybody I'm innocent. It's not your fault when somebody plans your murder to the point that if you don't die, that they drug you until you say something stupid. And then have people giggle behind your back. And it's a documented game or pretend. The only reason why they're participating is for selfish gain of their own. I'm wondering if Michelle really isn't out of the picture, the agent's daughter. Because Dave was already trying to kill me for Katie Brothers. The one he mentioned between the 3rd and 6th of 18, I offered to take my things and leave. Jack and I have had this plan since March. And I said, you got something planned? I'll give up everything willingly. He said, well, you wouldn't give up everything willingly. And we have to do it this way. And I had several attempts in before we moved out, realizing it's all the same guy and how they had it planned. But my damn luck, he met an agent's daughter in a store in Ravenna and it went high tech. And with drugs and kidnapping. We all know the FBI don't use sodium pentothal. Why? Because you lie under it. It's documented. And it's lethal. And then the neurochip is definitely in that court order of U.S. Supreme Court 11th Circuit 18-10134, 2005. It is illegal synthetic electronic warfare of choice to quiet whistleblowers for the so-called truth. And they put and it's a mind controlling chip. They do play with it. And then they sold the log into that. And I've even told you where you can pull tapes of people using the cell phone. It's not funny. It's actually outlawed. They tried it in Guanaco Bay, of all things. No drugs beat rape, torture. The rape and tortures between July and September 19, where they sold the login, over 20, 30 people actually said they seen it. And witnesses where you can get the login. So someone does need to come down. These agents are out of control for selfish gain. And they have committed such heinous, even somebody said, do you realize they're admitting to heinous crimes? Do you realize they're admitting to drugging her? And then there's witnesses of the church people breaking in before drugging me before I left. My granddaughter is also on that list, and her mother. And they said they have a list of people they're going to do this to. I almost died trying to save my family getting these people caught. And because they have a list, including my granddaughter. And if they've killed those 2 men and crippled another, the other ones were stating they got shot at running. I almost got shot driving. The gunshot night. I had 6 stalkers inside Walmart 62. It was quite horrifying. And in between that, people breaking in, stabbing me with needles. FBI don't drug people. Why? Because of it. They don't use that crazy drug because you lie under it. And yeah, and let alone stabbing me in the neck at 12/21/18 at 4490 John Thomas. The beginning of the case, abducted, neurochipped. I have a dent in the top of my skull. And there's a CT of it, and it does come up government chip. It kills you over time. I'm starting to have swelling in the base of my head. There's the cut here. You can see the wires, and there's a crack, and then they're starting to pull down here. The hospital told me if they take out the chip and remove the swelling, my brain will go back to normal. They're trying to stall and kill me for personal gain of its own. No other reason. No other reason. Good agents you can't insult me in front of them. Karen's amazing. I've never even lived through what you have. How dare these people insult her? She almost died to save those people. You can't insult me at all in front of them. The one guy said people got paid off. It became two teams, one for you, one for Dave. Remember the truth. They'll try to implant lies. They'll try to steal everything you have in life. So that's what's going on. Even lady in the laundromat the other day, we know they're just trying to steal everything from you. That's the only thing they're doing. And wait for me to die so Dave gets everything for that Michelle. I bet she's not out of the picture. Or they would still be at it. They'd be saying fix her and take care of it like the law states. Justice for victims of torture and terrorism acts. So someone please help.